Good evening. Welcome to the awareness session organized by the Earth Resources Engineering Society of University of Moratuwa. This awareness session will provide you with an understanding of the Earth Resources Engineering degree, its core content, the diverse career opportunities it offers, and much more. For that, we have invited two resource persons for this session, and it's going to be an informative session for you all. Before we move on to the first segment, let's watch a short video and dive into the world of Earth Resources Engineering. Now, let me introduce the first speaker of the session. He is a graduate of the Department of Earth Resources Engineering at master's degree in tropical hydrogeology and environmental engineering at Technical University of Darmstadt in Germany with a DAAD scholarship. He will soon begin his PhD at the University of Alberta in Canada. In addition to his academic pursuits, he serves as the secretary of IEEE Geoscience and Remote Sensing Society Sri Lanka chapter. His contributions to academia as a researcher are notable, with his research interests including mining methods and remote sensing applications, and he is currently focusing on aquatic geochemical modeling. He is none other than Mr. Thanujan. I cordially invite Mr. Thanujan to address you all.
Hello, everyone. So, first of all, I would like to congratulate you, everyone. So, you just completed your A-level exams, and you are about to the few steps to enter to the university. So, to give you a brief about this structure of this session, so we will conduct everything in English at the beginning and at the end during the Q&A session. So you will have the freedom to ask your questions even in Sinhala, Tamil, or in English. So before I go into my presentation, so I would like to get to know about you and also to get some information from you. So I will share a link. Just you can open that in your browser, or else you can just scan this QR code that's displayed. So can you see my screen with the QR?
Yes, we can see the screen.
Okay, so just scan this or just join the link via the chat I shared in the chat box, or else you can also type menti.com and enter the code displayed on the screen. So it's somehow limited. The participants limit is limited. So if you couldn't join, don't worry. Just see on the screen so how others are responding to it. So I'll give you 30 seconds more. So if you face any difficulties, just let me know so then we can sort it out. So you have three options. You can just scan the QR or just type menti.com in your browser and type the code displayed on the screen, or else you can simply click the link I shared in the chat box. Okay, almost 40 people are joined. So then we will proceed to the questions. So first of all, just click on the screen. Where are you from? So from which district you are from? You will have around 30 seconds to respond to this. Okay. Okay, it's good to see. So you're from all of the parts of Sri Lanka. Okay, thank you for responding. So I can see you are almost from all over the part of the Sri Lanka. So then I'll ask the next question. So in which medium you sit for your level exams? This is just to get an understanding to how to proceed with this session. Okay, sorry, now you can respond. Maybe you will get 10 seconds. Okay, thank you. So most of you are from single medium. So anyhow, this I will speak in English, and then during the Q&A, you can speak with me or with the other colleagues in Sinhala as well. So the next thing is just to know your understanding. So how did you know about this engineering, the EM program? So Earth Resources Engineering, ask, did you already did some research on it? Or how did you get to know about this? So if you still don't know about this program, so you can also reply as you don't know. So I'm waiting for more responses from you. So this is just an anonymous question, so no one will know who is responding. So you have the freedom to make a response. Okay, great. So most of you contacted some seniors. Yeah, that's good. Okay, if few of you don't know about this, so we will explain you everything here and you will get to know about it in few minutes. So this is the next few questions to cross-check your understanding up to now. So in engineering, in UGC handbook, we will know that it is mentioned as engineering EM in the list. So what uh, what do you think? So EM stands for what? So maybe I will give you 10 seconds for it. So I expect more responses from you. Okay.
So, siap eh? Oh iya dah. Nah.
Okay, it's good to see you have a better understanding on it. So actually the EM is EM is denoted for the Earth Resources Engineering Moratorium. But somehow some of you still have some confusions, or from some of others feel like it's engineering Earth Resources Management, but it's not. So like TM is also for mentioning Textile Engineering Moratorium, and MPR is denoted for Moratua, Peradeniya, and Ruhuna, because earlier we had only 3 engineering faculties, so that's how that name formed. Nowadays we have more faculties in other universities as well, but still we are calling that as MPR. So thank you for response. Thank you for your response to this. I'll go to the next one, quick one. Okay, so engineering EM is also categorized as. So what do you think? So it is E1 or E2 or both are wrong? Okay, I'll give you 10 more seconds. Okay, it's good, but still, actually, this classification E1 and E2 was there in 70s, 80s, 90s, and during that region. But anyhow, after 2000, so it was not like categorized as E1 or E2. Like now, we have the categorization like engineering MPR, engineering EM, and engineering TM, but not like E1, E2 anymore. So if someone tell about you that this is E2 degree or E1 degree, so they are just outdated. So it's still having the same misconception up to now. So we do not need to worry about that. So you will be recognized. So you will be hereafter, or in future, you will only use the engineering EM. So the last question. So what do you think about for your intake? What is the intake count? So if you go through the UGC handbook, you will already know it. Yes, I'll give you 10 more seconds for you just to respond. Okay, most of you are correct. So the current intake is 80 students. Earlier we had few 50. So now it's increased to 80. So I will explain to our next presentation. So thank you. So from hereafter, then I will start my presentation. So give me a second. Okay, so hereafter, I got your understanding and where are you from. So then we will go to the session, what is earth resources engineering and what you have here and what you can gain by following this degree program. So before I dive into the main sessions, so I want to, you already saw some video in this session, but I also have one video to get you understand what is mining. So let's go through that short video clip. Okay, this was the core of our degree program. So the mining and minerals. So basically we deal with extracting natural resources from the earth to supply to the other supply chain or to the other industries. So in Sri Lanka, we have plenty of mineral resources. For an example, like graphite. So we have underground graphite mines, almost 6 licensed mines. So out of 2 of them international have some international collaborations like Vogler. They have the affiliation with this. They are the subsidiary of German and American company, and also another mine have the collaboration with the Canada. For the limestone, we have biggest open pit mine in Sri Lanka in Aruvakalu Puttalam. So that is basically supply for the cement industry. So they are extracting limestones to feed for the cement manufacturing. Other than that, we have heavy minerals, titanium-rich heavy minerals like ilmenite, rutile, along the Trincomalee coastal belt, especially in Pulmorai. And those are mainly, we are exporting that to the foreign countries. Apart from that, we have phosphate mine in Epawala. So that's for the major purpose of that is for the fertilizer manufacturing and gemstones. Gemstones are natural. Sri Lanka is famous for gemstones and especially for blue sapphire. So we have several gem mines in Ratnapura and in most of the upcountry regions. Other than that, the aggregates. So our mining engineers, most of them are working in the metal quarries to produce aggregates to supply for the various industries and various applications like for civil engineering applications, road construction, and so on. So nowadays, the explorations are going on the rare earth elements such as lithium and so on. So here in the future mining, they are prospecting in these rare earth elements even in Sri Lanka because we are using those elements in all kind of electronic applications, and the demand will increase in future because the electronic appliances such as mobile phones are also getting increased. So other than that, there are some trace amounts of copper and gold, and still the explorations are going on, and there might be future prospects in Sri Lanka as well. So here in Sri Lanka, so we have two major regulatory bodies to control or monitor and regulate the mining industry. The main institution is the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau, which was formed under Mines and Minerals Act. So that is, they are the one, they are regulating the mining licenses and the explosive licenses and almost most of the mining area. So second authority is the National Gem and Jewelry Authority. So they are especially for the gem mining. So they are the one providing the gem mining licenses and also looking after that industry. But anyhow, in most of the occasions, they are both are integrated in with each other. To, for an example, if someone want to transport some mined out sand during the mining operation, so then they will need to get the permission from GSMB. And also there are some other authorities like environmental authorities, so we are working together with them in Sri Lanka to deal with the industry. So this is just to give a brief introduction about how the industry is controlled or monitored or regulated in Sri Lanka. So about our department, Earth Resources Engineering. So here I have some breakdowns. So in 1974, our engineering, the mining and minerals processing engineering was formed under the School of Applied Sciences with the partnership of the collaboration of University of Leeds, United Kingdom. So when was the University of Morocco got started? So it was actually known as Katabita campus launched in 1966. Then it was converted to the university status in 1972. And from the beginning itself, our degree program is there because the people launched this program know about the demand within Sri Lanka and within in the global level as well. So in 1985, the degree program got changed into mining and minerals engineering. So in that period only, they had like their classification like E1 and E2. So in 2000s, to accommodate more female engineers to the mining industry, so the degree program got changed to Earth Resources Engineering. And they had two different streams, Earth Resources Engineering and Mining Engineering. So in those period before that, the student count is only limited to 20 students, including the mining, chemical, and the material. So here after 2000, it was increased to 50 students. And in 2005, then the minor programs are introduced like gem and jewelry, ocean resources, and RSNGs. Then another major curriculum revision was made in 2013. And during that period, it was shrunk to one stream called mining and minerals engineering. Then the other minor programs were converted to focus areas, and then another focus area also introduced, such that the petroleum engineering. Again, in 2020, during the next curriculum revision, so the student intake was increased to 80, and pure intake also will be the 80 students. In between, there are some up and downs in the student counts. So sometimes it reaches to 100, and anyhow, this intake will be limited to 80. As I explained in the previous slides, so in our degree program, so after you completing 4 years honors degree program, you will pass out as a graduate as a mining engineer with a specialization Earth Resource Engineering and with the stream mining and minerals engineering. So whether you are choosing or not choosing the focus area, you will still graduate as a mining and minerals engineering engineer. Anyhow, you will also have the chance to specialize in out of these four focus areas named remote sensing and GIS. Here, the main part of the modules are focusing on how you can apply remote sensing in the mining applications, from satellite imageries or airborne imageries, or even from the drone surveying, such kind of things. for utilizing those things for the mineral exploration or to control or to monitor the mining applications or the mining processes. Anyhow, it is still not limited to within the mining. The knowledge you gain from this program, you can still apply to the other aspects as well, like climate change, agriculture, flood mapping, natural disasters, so on. The next focus area is the petroleum engineering. Here you will get to know about the petroleum exploration. So how you can find the petroleum reservoir, how you can drill to get to reach to the petroleum reservoir in the subsurface, and how you can get out the petroleum to the surface. So here the program will cover the upstream part of the petroleum engineering. Then the ocean resources engineering. Here you will study about the dredging process, oceanography, about the waves, and then about the hydrodynamics that related to mining some minerals from the deep sea, or else even to understand the effects on the coastal belt. That means, so for an example, in Polmode, we are mining the heavy mineral sand, so that is naturally replenishable from the wave action. So these are a bit important to relate to those mining applications. Then next, the focus area is the gem and jewelry. So here you will learn about how to mine gems, because in Sri Lanka we are having the most traditional mines traditional mines. So here you will learn how to mine, then how you can value add and treat to increase the value of those mined out gems. So within our department, we have more than 10 laboratories for each kind of different applications. So including the analytical and geoenvironmental lab, the gemology lab, jewelry design lab to handle with the gem and jewelry, then the mine ventilation lab, rock mechanics lab to handle the geotechnical aspects, and the design laboratory, geology lab to handle the to identify the rock samples and to identify the geological stuff. Then the mineral processing lab to learn about how you will treat the mined out resources for the value addition or for the processing. Then also we have the remote sensing laboratory and also the oceanography wet and dry laboratories. So here the major part of our program is we have the international accreditation according to the Washington Accords. So not all the departments in engineering departments have this Washington Accord. So this is usual. This will help you by having this accreditation. This will help you to find or to place yourself in a good position in industry, or when you are applying for the jobs, or if you're trying for the skill migration. This will help. The accreditation will help you to validate your degree program. So usually this is renewed every 5 years, and currently our department have this accreditation almost from 2011. So you can check what are the other degrees got accredited by the Washington Accord engineering degrees. You can just Google it by ISL accreditation, then you can find the list. So what are the degrees still have the accreditation. So about the international partnerships, the collaborations with our university. So we have different collaborations with different countries. So especially in Thailand with AI Asian Institute of Technology. So usually we send to undergraduates for the industrial training to AIT, and also they provide different scholarships for our graduates in geotechnical engineering, petroleum engineering, remote sensing and GIS, and also the water resources engineering. So they usually offer full scholarships, such kind of that for our graduates. The next one is the Japan partnership with Hokkaido University. We usually organize our symposiums, research symposium with the collaboration of Hokkaido University. And also we have the research part, collaborations with Tohoku University as well. With China, we have the Shandong collaboration with Shandong University, and they usually visit here for their researchers, and also they sometimes occasionally they offer the master scholarship to our graduates. The next is the industrial collaboration with the Maptech Vulcan software company, so with Australia. So the major part of our other curriculum is the industrial training. So not like in the other degree programs. So we will usually have more placements, from more than 100 placements from 35 companies and institutions. So here, usually the undergraduate do not need to find a placement for them. So the department itself have the collaboration and the partnership with different companies and institutions, and so they will the department will provide you the opportunity to pursue what you want to specialize in. Okay, so the next thing is the career opportunities within an ERE degree program. So you will get to know more about these career opportunities in the next session with Vasuki. So here I will show the brief intro. So you will be the mining engineer, but that is not, you are not limited to that, but still you can work as work as a environmental engineer, water resource engineer, tunneling engineer, petroleum engineer. So there are plenty of options are open through this earth resources engineering degree program. So to tell you more about the academia and the research topics currently ongoing in our department. So nowadays we are working on rare earth elements and phytomining. So rare earth elements explorations are ongoing, and the phytomining is basically the mine out the minerals or elements through the plant. Then the geomechanics that deal with the rock stability, slope stability, and during the tunneling aspects. So you will learn about, or you will research about those aspects. Then also we have the mine design, rock blasting, mineral processing, extraction metallurgy, remote sensing analysis, then mineral explorations, so groundwater modeling, petroleum extraction and modeling, and also the oceanography. So here you will get diverse research fields. So if you want to work in some, then you will get a diverse research field. So it will help you to achieve your goals. So another flagship event of our department is the ISERME. So usually organized with the partnership with the Hokkaido University, as I mentioned earlier, and this year it will happen in Japan. So this is basically to give the opportunity for our undergraduates to publish their research works in an international platform. So this year, as I said, it will be held in Japan, and our undergraduates will get the opportunity to present their works in Japan. Okay, so after you graduate, so what are the opportunities you have in the academia? So here, if you want to build your career or in the academically, you can still follow a master's or postgraduate diploma, MPhil or PhD within the department. And also if you want to pursue some career like a lecturer or as a researcher, still there are opportunities inside Sri Lanka. So you can work with our department, or else a few of our graduates are working in the University of Jaffna, University of Uva-Wellassa, University of Kelaniya, so on. So still you will get various opportunities within Sri Lanka in the academic field, and the industry, it will followed by in the next session. So other than this, if you want to know about the global footprints of our ERE graduates in the academic field in the last 3 years. So here I have listed few for you. So in which universities our graduates are pursuing their masters or PhD. So I have listed here almost 24 universities from 12 different countries. So if you are willing to go to the next level in your career, and still I want to emphasize that you still have various opportunities in a lot of countries. So not only in Sri Lanka, so you will also have the global demand, and you will also get 100% scholarships if you are performing good in your undergraduate period. So these all students are with the 100% scholarships, so that I mentioned. So these are not limited to this amount. So this is, I just listed who have in my context. So other than this, so to introduce yourself, the ongoing global research themes. So you might think, so you will be restricted to our major mining engineering or to our focus areas, not like that. So you will still have plenty of opportunities, since this our mining engineering degree program works as an interdisciplinary program. So first one is automated mine waste characterization. So the one PhD candidate is performing that research. So that's mining engineering is the base, and also working with the remote sensing with the satellite imageries and airborne imageries, and also the machine learning. So next, about the underground hydrogen storage. These are just to give you a brief idea about it. So you do not need to afraid about these topics, just to have introduce yourself some few topics to you. So then the underground hydrogen storage, that's deal with the petroleum engineering. So to store the hydrogen gas in the depleted petroleum reservoirs. That is mining, petroleum engineering, and also the material science. That's how it's linked. Then the sustainable cementitious materials from mine waste, that also to create a sustainable alternative for the Portland cement. That is related to mining and also the material. The next one is chipless RFID sensors for mineral identification. So that research is deal with what? Mining and also the electronics. Then flood suspectability mapping, that's deal with the mining engineering and the remote sensing. Then last year, one of our graduate admitted to the University of Alberta to work on the space mining. And also currently I am working on aquatic geochemical modeling, that also we can relate to the mining engineering and the effect to model the after effects of the mining engineering related to somehow environmental engineering as well. The next one is biocementation of beach sand, that is again mining, ocean resources, and also the material. So as we have plenty of opportunities, we will get diverse fields to explore or work or to perform, to put yourself in a next level. So you do not need to limit within this. You will have plenty of opportunities like this in future, because the industry and the academia is always evolving. When you are graduating, you will have more opportunities at that time. So the future trends of the mining industry going towards the digitalization and towards achieving the net zero target. So digitalization to increase the safety of the work and to optimize economically as well. So the next thing, the net zero target is to minimize the carbon dioxide emissions through all the industrial processes. So this won't limit our mining industry, because we are the ones supplying the materials or the resources to all other industries. So when all other industries are surviving, for the other survival, we also, our industry won't decline. So anyhow, we are now introducing new technologies to limit carbon dioxide emissions, and we will also get some opportunities to work on that in future towards that path to reach the sustainability goals in 2050. To show you an example how it works, so I have a small video again, how the automated mine works. I'll play that one.
AutoMine Core is an automated platform for mass mining applications, built on Sandvik's proven AutoMine fleet and manual production monitoring solutions. For autonomous mines to achieve their highest potential, a robust communication network, reliable safety system, and an advanced automation system is required. AutoMine Core provides access to industry-leading solutions for underground connectivity, data collection and analysis, and an advanced fleet of automated equipment options, making underground mining safer, more sustainable, and productive. Integrated solutions with Sandvik partners like Polymathian's Orb further improve productivity, allowing for autonomous dispatching with real-time end-to-end optimization. The platform uses AutoMine's reliable access control system to isolate automated equipment with a variety of barrier options. Features such as flexible safety zones allow for alternating states between autonomous and manual operation, so critical tasks can be completed with minimal interruptions.
Okay, so this is just to show you a small part of how the automation works. So not only within the fleet of the mine, then also you can in various aspects like drilling and so on. Okay, after those, beyond that things, so as an undergraduate, so we will also have within our department, we have the ERE Society, that is the one organized this event. So we'll also work together with other students with you to involve with the Sri Lankan society to help to the people and also the students. So usually they conduct several programs, renovation projects like that. So beyond ERE, so I want to mention 3 different organizations organizations. So one is the Mining and Minerals Engineers Association. So that consists of all our graduates working in the mining and mineral industry. So they usually have AGM and they work on the career building and helping each other on to find some positions or to, develop them through providing workshops and career guidance, such kind of thing. So the next one is Women in Mining in Sri Lanka. So that was launched in last year to empower the women mining engineers in Sri Lanka, so who graduates from our department, to give them broad exposure to the global trends and also to get them the opportunities in Sri Lanka and in globally. The other organization is ERE Sri Lanka Chapter, Geoscience and Remote Sensing Society. It was launched last month. So here we are having our department graduates in the committee, and also we are going to work with the other universities as well, which are in the same field. So from this one, we will introduce, we are trying to introduce different aspects of the remote sensing and geoscience globally. And we will bring different technologies, and also we will bring resource persons to empower the Sri Lankan graduates and also the Sri Lankan society to get update the future current trends in other part of the world. So for an example, by next month, you will get a guest talk from a representative from NASA. So I have included the links for the Facebook and LinkedIn profile, so you can follow them and to get updated on this field. Maybe you will get it, or it will help you to build your future as well. So then as an final advice, so you are here after passing through several paths. So still you do not need to worry that so this will be a confusion stage, but you should not worry, but you need to think what you can and what is your goal. So there are plenty of opportunities, not only in this department and also in the other departments. So if you select one field, focus on that specific field and build your career or academically on that. So in university system, there won't be any spoon feeding. So you will need to learn by yourself everything, and you need to focus on your works. So some people might think, so I will introduce one keyword, the GPA. GPA is like Z-score in your LL system. So GPA will be, you will learn about later in your university system, but GPA also you need to maintain in a decent way, because I have mentioned few opportunities, the scholarship opportunities as well. At least you will need to have some good grades. That means not the first class must, but not the first class is must, but you at least have to have second lower or above 3.0 grade. So just search about it, what is GPA, and then you will find about it. So this is just an advice to have, but that is not the limitation. But you still have, you may go through different paths. That means working in the industry, then going to the academia, like that. There are several parts. So those are up to you. And so you do not need to follow our instructions or our guidance. You do your own research on the industry and also the academia, or also about your other degree programs, what you prefer to choose in your first form. So every industry get updated. So just talk to, or just research by yourself on the future trends and those things, and we do not rely on what the seniors tell or some other tales, or you might don't follow some YouTube videos that's saying some kind of things, negative or positive. Just do your own research. So finally, I'm sharing this, I summarize some links for you, so we can find these, it will be more helpful to find more resources on it. So the first, our department website, then you can also find the curriculum in the second link. So what you will learn, so in the each degree program, what are the subjects you will learn in each semester. So all others are some social medias and the post graduate studies field. Okay, so if you still have any questions on this, you can ask in the Q&A session by the end, and also you can ask in any language. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thanujan, for that inspiring speech. Next, we have another distinguished professional in the field. She also graduated from the Department of Earth Resources Engineering at University of Moratuwa and is currently serving as a project engineer at Graphite Craftmill. Her unwavering dedication made her the youngest and one of the first female underground mining engineers trained in Sri Lanka. Her current role includes technical projects and research and development within the graphite mining industry. Her extensive training at Bogala Graphite Lanka PLC is further enriched by professional experiences across Africa and training in Europe. Furthermore, she is a pioneer in mineral purification and value addition, mineral process optimization, and sustainable mineral processing. During her time in the Department of Earth Resources Engineering, she majored in mining and mineral engineering, while also completing minors in petroleum engineering and ocean resources engineering. She is Miss.Vasuki Jayavira. I cordially invite Miss.Vasuki Jayavira to share her expertise with us.
Right. Let me share my screen. Okay.
So I guess you can see my screen.
Yes, we can
Yes.
see.
Okay. So hi you all, and welcome to the awareness session from Department of Earth Resources Engineering. So earlier this evening, you already had a very enlightening time with Engineer Thanujan, and he explained very well about the academic perspective of the degree that is offered in Department of Earth Resources Engineering, University of Moratuwa. And today here, my part is to talk about the industrial perspective of our degree, and simply saying what kind of industry are we looking at by doing this degree, and what are you opening up to after your graduation. So dear Nangimalli, there are two important information that I should stress before doing the session today. So one thing is, since that I am going to talk about the industry itself, industry, the mining industry, and for any industry for that matter, it is always changing with the time. And so like you are going to spend 4 or nearly 5 years in University of Moratuwa. So if you are lucky enough, you are going to spend strictly 4 years there. And when you are graduating after 4 years, sometimes the industry can be, not sometimes, it would always change, and it would always be open into new arenas. So I would try my best to explain the current situation and what are you currently looking at in the mining industry itself. And then secondly, since you guys are just after A-levels, very fresh and new young minds, so I know most of you are now looking at your next opportunity, looking at your higher studies opportunity to become a college student in the near future. So I know you guys haven't still studied that much to know the university jargons, the terms, and especially the technical terms that we are familiar doing our degree. So if you do not understand anything that I am mentioning here, or Engineer Thanujan for that matter, so if you did not understand anything, spare no worries, because in the near future, you would understand what we are talking about. And keep digging, keep finding new information about everything. And please Google, type it on YouTube and see what's coming. And that's the best way to dig some information and lose your mind a little bit about this. So if you do not understand any technical term that I'm mentioning, spare no worries. That's the second information. So let me begin. So as Engineer Thanujan told you, it is mining and mineral engineering that are major stream. So our degree is Earth Resources Engineering, and our stream is mining and mineral engineering. So whether you have done a minor in any of our focus areas that are provided from the degree program, if you haven't done a minor, but you would still be graduated as a mining engineer, and you would still be having this major stream in your transcript. So this is the first place that your career pathway is pathway. So it is that you are going to become a mining engineer one day, or you can become a mineral engineer one day. So then that's the two major areas that you can work on. And then, of course, the focused areas are coming next to it, additionally giving you some other paths to go on. Then if I'm talk about one of the major areas here, very major topic that we are talking about is mining. So as the good old explanation, mining is about underground mining or surface mining. So that's the good old explanation.
the basic definition of it, we would either grab our resources from the surface itself, or we will grab our resources from the subsurface itself. So when it comes to open cast mining or surface mining, let me give you some very few examples, actually. Sorry. So when it comes to open cast mining, maybe you have seen some surface mining already. So the biggest surface mine we have in Sri Lanka is in Insi Cement, Arwakalu in Putlam. And maybe you have seen some of other surface mining activities, the quarries, granite quarries we have, and many other types of quarries we have. So gal quarry, so that's one of the very simplest, very simplest form of surface mining that we are doing. But still, in most of those quarries, depending on their grade and depending on their operations, if they are performing blasting operations, there are engineers involving in such operations. And for explosive handling and for designing the blast and to maintain the operations in those mines, there are mining engineers involving in it. And the majority of Sri Lankan mining engineering jobs are connected with surface mining and then underground mining. So maybe you have heard of Bogala mine in Sri Lanka, Bogala Patala. So even I myself was working in Bogala mine back then in 2022. So that's one of the good examples of underground mining we have here in Sri Lanka. And then apart from that, we have a lot of other graphite mines here. Kahatagaha, it's one of the mines that is belong to Sri Lankan government. And then we have Urapola, we have Ragidran, we have many other underground mines here in Sri Lanka. And then apart from those good old two types of mining methods, now the world is opening up to many other mining as well. So I think Engineer Thanujan also mentioned that you are open to ocean resources mining, as well as now the cutting edge technology, the latest form of mining is going up to space mining. So if you are curious enough, just Google it, you would find out many interesting facts about it. Sometimes you may not understand what's behind there, but it would still be interesting enough to know. And then here I have also put underground tunneling as well, because as a mining engineer, this is one of the places that you can, this is one type of projects that you can work in. So in underground tunneling, there are tunnel boring machines involving in, and then some of the tunneling operations, the explosives are used. And in that case, you guys can work as underground or tunneling engineers or mining engineers in those sites as well. So the titles may vary. So what's in front of your name would be underground mining engineer or blasting engineer or just mining engineer or tunneling engineer. But the job is quite so much involving with same kind of responsibilities with little bit of change, of course. And then I already mentioned you about some Sri Lankan mining companies and some examples. I mentioned Bogala, I mentioned Insi. So this is the world, the overseas market we are looking at. So this is the market capitalization, the latest market capitalization of the biggest mining companies out there. So BHP, Rio Tinto, Glencore, and there are many other companies. So these are like the biggest ones. And you see the market capitalization is marking billions of US dollars. So this is how big the mining industry out there. So I must stress you the fact that it is you who are deciding whether to walk there and to do your job best in earning your degree and earning the qualifications and earning the right things to your CV, to your transcript. And it is you who decide to have them all and to walk into the global industry out there, to work there as a Sri Lankan, and to get the best advantage out of it. So then I'm going to the next area, the mineral processing, the second area that's in our major. So as I have mentioned you, mining is about gaining. It's about exploiting. It's about getting the resource out from the earth. And mineral processing, Nangimalli, this is some sort of a sub area from industrial processing. So when it comes to manufacturing business, when it comes to production, you know, in every industry, it is involving with a lot of raw materials, and minerals are raw materials for many industries out there. So without minerals, the humankind, the necessities of humankind cannot be fulfilled without minerals. So minerals are always raw material to something. And when it comes to manufacturing business, when it comes to processing business, sometimes you are looking at end product. But when it comes to mineral processing, it's not always about going to end products, but we are definitely processing the mineral that we are taking out from the earth to some sort of an intermediate product. We are processing it, we are value adding it, and then making it to a raw material for another industry. So that's what's happening in the world. So rather than selling the ore, rather than selling the mineral that we have just gathered out from the earth, so we are not going to sell it right away. So most of the companies are doing value addition nowadays, and the mineral processing is going hand in hand with industrial mining. So in this case, we mining engineers, we mineral engineers, we are involving in mineral processing. So a lot of information, knowledge in mineral purification, knowledge in mineralogy, and knowledge in sustainable mineral processing, and even some more areas like automation and process optimization and so on. So all those things are involving into the mineral processing right now. And as a mineral process engineer or a mineral engineer, or simply as a process engineer yourself that is involving into the mineral processing somehow, you can work there as such a person. And if you could gather enough qualifications such as new projects, new innovative things that you can do in your time of undergraduate period, if you can gather enough projects and enough experience even during your undergraduate time, you can straight away go to a mineral process related job. So that's what happened in my personal career. So most of the research and the projects that I was involved in mineral processing, and now I am a mineral process engineer myself and a project manager who is involving in mineral processing related projects. So that's one of the good areas that you can practice as well as a mining engineer. And then engineering geology. So in this degree program, you are going to learn a lot of geology. So you might be wondering why geology, why it is coming into play. So you are, Nangimalli, going to learn about how to dig minerals out from the earth. So when it comes to digging, you should know the geology of it. So you should know the structures of it. You should know how it is inside there in subsurface. And you have to know the forms of it. You have to know the purity of it. And you simply have to know the environment that you are working as a mining engineer yourself. So in that case, engineering geology, the geology is coming into play, and knowledge that is related to engineering geology is important. And even more so when it comes to the industrial opportunities that are related to engineering geology, you can create yourself many opportunities in this arena as well. So if you'd like to become a scientist one day in geology, this degree program is one of the very good program that you can join. And if you are an enthusiast in geology. I know there are many people who are enthusiastic for geology, for mineralogy, for paleontology sometimes. So this degree is a good place for you to start if you are interested, if you are passionate in that area. So even more than that, the geotechnical exploration is also one of the areas that we are learning a lot here in this degree. So, you know, when we are doing some mineral exploitation, when we are doing some mineral related project, it's involving with exploration. So before we dig, we do some exploration to get to know what's beyond the surface. So we are going to learn the techniques of exploration there. So in this area, you are going to get many jobs to do explorations. And as a geotechnical engineer, you can work in these fields. So it is not only related to mineral mining and mineral engineering, but this also goes to the construction industry, because in construction industry, there are a lot of geotechnical exploration related activities are happening, and as well as you can contribute yourself as a geotechnical engineer in piling operations and the geotechnical applications itself in the construction industry. So I know you guys have some questions related to how this is going to connect to the civil industry, how this is going to construction. And geotechnical engineering is the pathway that is connecting the civil industry, the construction industry, by you doing this degree, that's how you are going to connect with those industries. And then I'm coming to the focused area. So I already have mentioned you the two main areas that you can work as mining engineers and as mineral engineers. And then additionally to your major, you can do minors in all those 4 areas. So from the degree, they are permitting you to take one minor to your transcript, but they do not limit your chances to do the subjects in other minors. So in my case, the focused area I mainly followed was petroleum engineering, but I also did the oceanography minor because I was really interested in it, and I wanted to learn those subjects that are in the oceanography focused area. And there are many nice field visits and the practicals that you can do in the sea. And in our year, we got some cruise ship visit as well. So we went to the deep sea in a ship. So that was quite an experience. So because I would love to gather those experience and learn some subject matter about sea mining and coastal engineering and coastal exploration, I did the oceanographic minor as well. So you are not limited to one minor here. That's what I was trying to tell you. So you can choose one of those minors to add to your transcript. And if you are interested enough, you can do the subjects from other minors as well. So first, it is remote sensing and GIS. So remote sensing, it is mostly about satellite data acquisition and image processing. So not only that, remote sensing it's accounting to many other technologies, drone surveys, and literally whatever the type of data acquisition you are remotely doing using remote sensing tool is coming under remote sensing. And then geographical information systems. So remote sensing, it's a tool. And using remote sensing, you can do a lot of research. You can gather a lot of information and analyze them using different configurations. And from remote sensing, a huge area of research is opening up to you. So if you'd like to become a remote sensing or the GIS data scientist or a GIS data analyst or a consultant, of course, this is one of the good areas that you can practice and you can gather some hands-on experience. And then you can find a lot of jobs in Australia, in Canada, in Middle East. So in those countries, it's not only applicable to the mining and mineral industry, but it also comes in logistic industry and it also comes in many other industries. If you are if you are good in those tools, you can work in one of those companies that are using remote sensing data, simply saying. And then the oceanography that I was talking about. So there are some pictures that we have taken on our site visits and the practicals that we have done. So it is about coastal engineering and then marine surveying and then bathymetric analysis. So you can do exploration and map what's there in the sea, and you can see how the bathymetry is. You can see what's there inside. And then when it comes to deep sea resources, the minerals in the sea, mining and dredging is a completely different area what we are learning here in this minor. And then ocean resources engineering is also going hand in hand with some environmental engineering concepts as well. So pardon me, I forgot to mention the environmental engineering is also involving in mining engineering. It also involving in mineral engineering, and it also involving in remote sensing and GIS as well. So just because that we are dealing with minerals itself, so minerals are some very important and scarce and very limited resource that we have in this earth. It is always about sustainability, and we have to conserve the earth itself, and then we have to protect the environment while doing it. So environmental engineering is also involving in all kinds of areas and the standards, and you have to think about the carbon emission and all those things when it comes to the industrial perspective. So the jobs related to oceanography, coming back to my main area. So it is, you can find many jobs in European region as well. And then Australia, USA, and Canada, once again, the big mining hubs, Australia and Canada. And then here, the European opportunities are also there. So in Sri Lanka, LHI, I don't know if you have heard about LHI. It's one of the very interesting places to be, because in that institute, it's situated right next to University of Moratuwa. So the harbor projects that are going overseas, a lot of harbor projects, we are modeling those harbors here in that institute. So the facility, it's facilitated with all the technology to model small scale harbor projects here and test all the harbors and check how things are going before building it in the real place. So this is one of the very interesting places to be. And by doing this minor itself, you are going to visit this place as well. And then we are coming to the petroleum engineering. So in petroleum engineering, you are going to learn about gas and oil exploration, and then reservoir engineering, then rig engineering, and then, of course, oil drilling, and how the whole process is going on with petroleum engineering. So this is not only about offshore, it is about onshore, offshore, both oil excavation. And then after excavation, you are going to learn about the petroleum production and refining. So this is about the oil industry itself. So the oil industry is highly going towards the Western and Australian and all kinds of foreign areas. So Sri Lanka, we are a small island itself. So we currently do not have oil industry. But still, you are going to learn a lot of things about the foreign industry, even though we do not have industry here in Sri Lanka. So a lot of opportunities are out there in Sweden, in Switzerland, and especially in Gulf. So if you guys are planning to migrate to one of the Gulf countries, one of the Middle East countries, this is one of the good focus areas you can do. And they are one of the highly paid jobs in the world. And then the fourth focused area, gem and jewelry. So here you are going to learn a lot of things about gemology, and then optical mineralogy and petrology, and then gem mining. So gem mining and design. So I must say, gem industry is a different industry itself. It is actually some industry, some industry that is belong to mining, but it has its own perks. It has its own pros and cons. So this industry is evolving in a completely different way. And for this industry, a lot of, let's say, fashion industry and the trends in the world, a lot of other factors are involving in gem industry itself. So this is about the science behind the gem industry as well. So in Europe, even in Sri Lanka, the industry is evolving in a completely different way, and Sri Lankan gem industry is bringing a lot of US dollars to Sri Lanka from the industry itself. And here, by doing this minor, you are opening up to those industries, and also you can become an entrepreneur yourself by doing the gem and jewelry minor. Okay, so I have explained you about all the major areas and the focused areas that are involving with the industry itself. And then I'm coming to one of the main things, the industrial training. So Nangimalli, in our degree program, industrial training is one of the very important milestones that you are going to come across with. So this is the 6 months that you are going to get some hands-on experience. So here, you will learn what's actual, what's real in the industry itself. So some of our undergraduates are going overseas to get their training, get their internship. So I myself, I was trained here in Sri Lanka, but I know some of our seniors who went overseas to get their internships. And there were some seniors who found themselves, who found overseas opportunities for themselves by applying by themselves. So I'm telling you, so this is one of the good places that you are going to come across in this degree that is going to win you a lot of job opportunities. So this is how I got my job as well. So by doing the industrial training to the maximum of it and doing a lot of projects as much as possible, you are going to earn a lot of experience, and also you are going to learn a lot of opportunities by the industrial training opportunity that is provided in the degree program. And the best thing is the university, the department is going to find out internships for you. So in this case, you don't have to by yourself, but the department is finding out, they are going to provide you with list of internships, and you are going to select some internships for yourself. And apart from that, if you are interested enough, you can find internships by yourself as well. And then next, as well, Engineer Thanujan also talked about the future, the innovations and the future in the industry. So here, since I'm talking about the industry, it felt good to talk to you about some innovative arenas that we have for our future. So the industry, the mining industry right now is going through a huge transformation. And the transformation is very positive for we mining engineers, the engineers and the scientists who are going to come to the light in the near future, you guys. So the industry is very positive towards innovation. So in the digital transformation of mining, the concept we call ABCD concept. So the industry is evolving into automation, robotics, and remote operations. So as a person who is in technical projects and the new technical innovations and R&D, so we are doing a lot of automation right now, even in our companies. So even in Bogala, we already have done a lot of automation work. And right now we have mineral processing plants that are completely running by itself, and we are monitoring the process remotely from anywhere. And right now we are testing some robots to get into the remote areas and to get into higher risk areas without going by ourselves as humans. So we are ensuring the safety day by day by using those technology. And then now when it comes to exploration, so unless like in good old days, so back then we would be going on site doing some surveying and taking some measurements by ourselves and writing them down. But now the current world is involving with billions of exploration data points, and when it comes to huge data sets, and when it comes to the precision and the accuracy, it is very high, and we are dealing with big data analytics and with big data processing. And then all the remote operations and monitoring and those things are connected with IoTs, and we are connecting those with clouds, and we are giving mobile solutions. And also, before when we put some operation into reality, before we design, before we bring some industrial equipment, and before we do some, let's say even in underground, before we make some changes in ventilation systems and in such applications, we are using digital twinning options and augmented realities and advanced process control methods to make sure that our applications are 100% successful. So in this case, we are doing a lot of modeling. So even in Sri Lanka, Vogler mines there, they have adopted some real good technology to model the underground ventilation systems, and they are always optimizing their ventilation by using those software. And before putting the new equipment into work, they are always testing them using the modeling solutions that they have, and then making sure and making the predictions before doing it. So that's where the industry right now. So the cutting edge technology. So with these options, Rangimalli, these are arenas that are opening up to you to do innovation, to do new things. And we engineers, if we are capable enough, we can do a lot of things in all those areas. And if we are smart enough, we can do a lot of innovation, and we can do significant contribution to science. And if you are brainy enough, you can make the mining world more safer, more sustainable place. And that would give you a really good satisfaction rather than doing your job, that you have done something else to the world as well. So industry is in such a positive place once again. And then the research and design projects. So this was us back then doing our design projects. So again, another 2 ways that you can earn yourself some good qualifications to your resume, to get yourself good job opportunities, to secure yourself some real good chances out there. So here you guys are going to get topics from different areas, from mining, from mineral processing, and from remote sensing and GIS, and from oceanography. So from these topics, and you also can give inputs by yourself if you have good ideas. And from the research and design projects, also you can secure some good opportunities. So in our year, there were industrially sponsored research as well. So if you are doing an industrial research, which is sponsored by those companies, those research sometimes are going for many years. And in such occasion, sometimes you get the chance to join them as a part of their team, part of their R&D team, as a project engineer or a researcher yourself. So once again, I'm quite glad to do the session today. So I have added this particular slide specifically for the girls who have asked the question that can we thrive in this degree? So I am a girl myself, and today here in this session, there's Engineer Maheshwari, Dr. Anjula, Dr. Tilini, and there are many women who has already done their job in the mining industry, in Sri Lankan mining industry, as well as who has performed as key leaders in international women in mining. So here, the four of us, this picture we took back then in the historical moment of us becoming the first ever underground female mining engineers in Sri Lanka. So for girls, what I have to say is, Nangila, the opportunities are not limited only for men. It is always open for you as well. And sometimes you will get some opportunities from the gender balance programs as well, because nowadays the companies are seeking for gender balance and they are thinking about the gender equity. So you will not lose any opportunity just because you are a girl. You only have to have the right qualification to be the role, to do the job as they require. So spare no worries that being a woman is not a disadvantage. And even in the mining industry itself, being a woman is never a disadvantage. So Nangimalli, once again, I really appreciate that you guys joined the session today, because it means that you care about your future. It means that you care enough to dig deeper into the future that you are getting into. And it's such a good thing. And Engineer Thanujan also gave you some real good advice at the end of his lecture. And what I have to tell you is that no matter what you do, it is you who are deciding to become a big person someday, to get into good things, to grab new opportunities. So whatever the degree you are doing, you will still have to be qualified at the end of the day. So when you are graduating, you will realize that including yourself, your batchmates, all of you will have a BSc Honors Engineering degree, and you all have that degree certificate. So what makes you different is what you have gathered by yourself, and qualifications you have gathered, and projects you have done, and experience you have for yourself. So no matter what you do, just by having a degree today in this world, if you have dug enough, if you have done your research enough, you will know. Just by having a degree, sometimes world can be limited when you have the degree alone. So in Sri Lanka, there are a lot of graduates graduating from different programs, and they all have degree. So make sure, if you ever come to Department of Earth Resources Engineering, make sure you grab all the qualifications you can, and you grab all the opportunities that are presented to you, and you earn what's right, your SME, and that you are ready to grab the industrial opportunities that are presented to you. So you should be worthy at the end of the day to grab those opportunities for yourself. So make sure you choose the right path, and make sure you build up a passion in it, that you love what you learn. So for your life, you will be a very satisfied person doing what you love. Okay, then, thank you very much. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you, Engineer Miss.Vasuki, for those encouraging words. Mining engineering can be applied in sectors such as petroleum engineering, ocean resources engineering, remote sensing and GIS, and gem and jewelry industries. Before we proceed to the Q&A session, we have a small documentary regarding Earth Resources Engineering, and meanwhile, you can send your questions in the chat.
Sri Lanka is enriched with plenty of mineral resources, which offers the privilege for the economical exploration. As mining engineers, they face upon many challenges in the industry due to the growing demand for mineral resources. In order to overcome such issues, engineers must practice sustainable development and economic extraction of these mineral resources, on par with the international standards.
It's a 21st century dilemma. We're capturing images of Earth in unfathomable numbers. But making sense of so much data has become overwhelming. Whether using your first drone for a fire department, or processing countrywide satellite images for a federal agency, how do you seamlessly gather, manage, prepare, access, and analyze it all? The answer is ArcGIS, the most advanced technology for quickly turning massive amounts of imagery and remotely sensed data into insights. Using ESRI's geospatial cloud, it provides an end-to-end, fully integrated system. ArcGIS can quickly manage and create authoritative data from multiple sources, formats, and projections, and can be used on any device, anywhere. It speeds up and simplifies map production with built-in tools to extract accurate 2D and 3D measurements, create ortho maps, dynamic mosaics, and 3D meshes or views. Beginners and experts can start getting answers in no time. Best of all, it means rapid analysis with seamless access to ArcGIS imagery, raster, and geospatial tools.
Now it's time for the Q&A session. You all might have so many questions and doubts to get clarified, so you can send your questions through the chat. And also, I would like to remind that you can direct your questions in any of the languages, Sinhala, English, or Tamil. Now, I would like to direct the questions from our resource persons today. The first question, are there any opportunities related to gas, energy, and mining in Middle Eastern countries?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yes. Are there any opportunities related to gas, energy, and mining in Middle Eastern countries?
Yeah, of course. So most of the petroleum products are derived from the Middle East countries. So still, there are a lot of opportunities in petroleum engineering field. So if you choose to study petroleum engineering, then you can find a job opportunity or even some higher study opportunity in that field. So what you need to do is you need to perform well while you are undergraduate. So if you perform well and if you place yourself in a good thing, then you will find, not even in Middle East, in any place or any country, you can place yourself in the top.
So I have a small input regarding the petroleum opportunities. So if you are planning to go there, so first it would be nice if you could join as a trainee engineer or get some sort of training related job and then get yourself into the field itself. So that's one of the easy ways for you to go there and start a job. And those training positions are not underpaid at all. So that's one of the easy ways to do it if you are planning to go to Middle East for petroleum engineering related opportunities.
Thank you. Then we have the next question. Are there opportunities related to environmental engineering through an earth resources engineering degree?
Yes, of course, because currently I am following the environmental engineering master's program. So yeah, so mining is also closely related to the environmental. So you will find a path to it. So some of them are also working as environmental officers in Sri Lanka. So who did our degree program. So we are also here, two of us in Germany, mostly related to, I'm working with the aquatic field with the water related field, and another, my colleague is doing his master's he's also related to environmental engineering with the air quality management. So that's up to you to choose. So this is kind of a basic platform, so a foundation. So then you have to build up what you want on your own. Thank you.
ඊළඟ ප්‍රශ්නේ අහලා තියෙන්නේ oceanography කරොත් ලැබෙන job opportunities මොනවද?
Oceanography කළාම සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අපේ LHI එකේ තමයි ගොඩක්ම the professionals ඉන්නේ. එතකොට oceanography කරාම ඔයගොල්ලන්ට coastal engineer කෙනෙක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් oceanographic resources සම්බන්ධ jobs වලට join වෙන්න පුළුවන්. So at the moment we have some jobs here in ocean surveying related jobs. And then even, if you have heard about the petroleum exploration projects are still going around Sri Lanka. So in those areas, the engineers who are doing the ocean surveying part are still, there are a lot of engineers who graduated from our department. So that's one of the good areas that you can practice as a coastal engineer yourself. And then in my lecture, I mentioned you about the modeling and when it comes to coastal projects and harbor projects and even the projects like Port City, the coastal engineers are involved in the coastal engineering context of it and that sort of job. So yeah, you can practice as an engineer like that.
The next question asks, can we study regarding sustainable engineering usage or fields regarding energy at Earth Resources Engineering Department?
I think the same question raised in the chat box, the sustainable energy. So as I mentioned during my presentation and also as the engineer Vasuki mentioned, so we have currently four focus areas under this stream. So we do not have direct relations to the sustainable energy. So I understand that you mean like the energy, right? The wind energy, those kind of stuffs. So those are not directly related to not to our program, but there are other programs I think we still have in our universities, but I'm not in the capacity of that to advise on you on that. But if you don't find a suitable one, then you also can maybe go through this program and you maybe go for a master to change your field like that. So, but still I believe there are some degree programs related to sustainable energy in other universities. So just go through the UGC handbook or else just do your own research in those university websites. So we can also find our curriculum and also what are the subjects you will study in your 4-year period. So everything is listed as a PDF. So you can find in our department website or else in our university website. So then you will get better understanding. So what will you study under this program? And maybe you can also cross-check with the other programs to select or to take a better decision on your goals.
Yeah, I agree with Engineer Thanujan. The sustainable energy and power generation and such topics are highly going under the electrical engineering scope, the discipline. So it is about the energy generation and power generation. In our degree, we are not directly learning about them. But when you are practicing in industry, so sometimes these things come to play. So for an example, in most of the mining companies, international standards, ISO guidelines are used, and one of the international guidelines we have to strictly follow is ISO 50001, and that's the ISO guideline that is related to energy management. And then when it comes to sustainability and carbon emission, greenhouse gas emission, then again, most of the European companies and the companies that are listed in European stock exchange, those companies have to follow certain energy guidelines and sustainability principles, and they have to maintain threshold values of their carbon emission and greenhouse gas emission and everything. So sustainability and the energy principles are coming into play in such ways when it comes to the industry. but you are not specifically going towards sustainability, sustainable energy and power generation. You're not going to follow it from this degree, I'm afraid.
Then I would like to ask Engineer Pramod to add something to that question.
So, hi. First of all, it was like great presentations that you have done. So actually, the thing that I can add in this regard is like, so my PhD is kind of related to the energy sector, because I'm focusing on underground hydrogen storages, where the current trends of Australia is like the focusing on hydrogen storage as an energy carrier. So if we target about the things that we are learning during our undergraduate period, I think the stuff that we are learning during through the petroleum field, as well as the rock mechanics, that kind of quite important for the sustainable energy, because the concept of decarbonization, which includes carbon dioxide sequestration as well as the gas storage. So that includes quite of important aspects of being geotechnical engineer as well as a petroleum engineer, because as Vasuki mentioned, like petroleum engineers are quite involved with the like underground storage aspects, because the things that I have learned during my undergraduate period related to the rock mechanics, and since I didn't focused on the petroleum aspects, but still the stuff that came during those modules, those are quite important to combine into the energy field. But I think being an mining engineer, or focusing on the earth resources engineering as an undergraduate opens a significant part to work in the sustainable energy. But as they mentioned, like it's not directly involved with the sustainability or the energy, such as there is no any particular modules to teach those concepts, but still the things that we are learning related to the petroleum engineering as well as rock mechanics stuff, those are quite readily involving with the energy sector. So I think that will add for the that question. Yeah. So thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Engineer Pramod, for that explanation. The next question we have, what is the focus area which we can study to be a mineral processing engineer?
Asking about the focused area, is it?
Yeah. What is the focus area which we can study to be a mineral processing engineer?
Well, you don't have to do any focus area to be a mineral process engineer, because the major degree is the stream of major degree is mining and mineral engineering. So from your major, no matter you have done a focused area or not, you are going to get a degree in both mining and mineral engineering. So in that case, you can become a mineral engineer yourself anyway by doing this degree. Oh, and plus, I would also like to recommend you to do your design project as well as your research project in my mineral engineering related topic, and also to get an internship also related to mineral engineering scope. So when you're graduating in your resume, you can show some real experience and some projects, and to show that you are good in mineral engineering. So that way you can definitely earn yourself a good job in mineral engineering school.
Thank you. The next question is, what kind of tasks we have at geotechnical field?
Tanya, can I interrupt you for a second, Puta?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so this is about the early question. So from 20th batch onwards, you have, if you really like to do more in mineral processing, we have few elective modules for you to take. It's not offered as a focus area, but you can take them as elective. So that option is there for you if you are coming to the department, because I think Vasuki batch didn't have that kind of facility under their curriculum. But with the new curriculum revision, we have some more different modules that is related to mineral processing, and the student can take them as electives other than taking focus area. But you would not get a focus area, but you have that chance of knowing more. Thank you. Yes, Tanya, you can move to the next question.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is, what kind of tasks we have at geotechnical field?
So I can answer this one. In the geotechnical, so basically you will deal with the geomechanics. So in even whether the open cast mine or the underground mine, you will need to work on analyzing the slope stability for the open cast. For even in the underground or during the tunneling, you will need to deal with the stability analysis. So majorly it will deal with the rock mechanics. So in those kind of aspects, so it will deal with the mining engineering. So because the mining engineers are the one going to decide where to blast during those process, and during that aspects, the geotechnical parts also add more insights to the mining engineers' work. So they still have the possibility to work as a geotechnical engineer within majorly within the mining and tunneling field. So yeah, I hope I answered your question. So if you didn't understand, then we can add more to that.
Thank you for that explanation. Then we have the question, what kind of software skills we need for GIS and remote sensing?
Okay, for the moment, so as you are just did your A level, so you will learn everything in our curriculum. So when you are if you enter to this degree program, you will learn everything from the beginning, so from the scratch. So you do not need to worry on it. So if you are really interested and to do a self-research, so you can just search for maybe ArcGIS or even the open source software QGIS. You can just follow some YouTube tutorials and you can learn by yourselves on those aspects to build some foundation. So otherwise, after you come to the university also, you can still learn. And nowadays, there are some, what to say, not collaboration. So the interconnecting the other aspects, the coding, we can interconnect Python to the JS applications, so on. So if you're really interested, you can also search on that to self-learn, to learn by yourself. Thank you.
The next question asks, does the department give a broad intern opportunities for undergraduates?
Okay, yes. As I mentioned at the beginning, so usually 2 of our undergraduates are will be selected to go for the internship at AIT Thailand. So currently we have these 2 collaborations, and also within Sri Lanka, there are also you can get some foreign exposure and the standards by going to like Bogala graphite. So I also trained there for 6 months. So my internship training was also there. So during the Bogala is a subsidiary company of GK Graphite Germany. So that is a subsidiary of AMG Mining America. So they are having both the standards, the German and American standards within Sri Lanka. Similarly, the INSEE Siam City, Lanka. So that also a part of has a foreign affiliation in its highly standardized and standardized mine. So they have a very safety precautions like in Bogala, such kind of things. So you will also get both the exposure, the foreign exposure within Sri Lanka, and also like AIT in the remote sensing applications. And still you are also open to apply and find the opportunities, because from other engineering fields they apply for overseas opportunities by themselves and bring it to the department and they fly to that country. So, and also as I mentioned, the GRSS, so we will also work in future. We just launched in the last month. We will also work on that to bring some more opportunities to our graduates in future. Thank you.
The next question is, what is the importance of IESL recognition for a job field?
Okay. So this is basically if you want to find a job within Sri Lanka that don't impact much. But if you want to, as it is an international accreditation, so if you want to place yourself in a global scale, then that will help you to easily, how to say, so you will get competitive advantage among other degrees. So when you are applying to such kind of opportunities. So otherwise the process will be a bit complicated, and also maybe during the migration process or also applying for scholarships, such kind of that. So then you will need to work more on it to prove yourself that you did a recognized degree that can also be approved in that country. So in this case, this degree will be approved in all other countries as well. So that's the the more advantages. So if you want to work within Sri Lanka and also in the industry field, it don't has much impact. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question asks about finding and applying overseas jobs in mining engineering field. She's asking, usually we should get experience in our country. So are there jobs to get experience in our country?
So in which field? I missed your beginning. Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. Please explain about finding and applying overseas jobs in mining engineering field. And usually you should get experience in our country. So are there jobs to get experience in our country?
Okay, so yeah, of course, most of us, our batch or even the previous batch are employed within Sri Lanka. So in the beginning, so I also worked, as I said, 1 year in the industry, then only 1.5 years in the academia, then only I came to the masters. So everyone usually starts within Sri Lanka, then only they fly to overseas. So even in academia or else in the industry. So somehow the time gap can be vary based on their individual performance and their individual GPAs, such on. So earlier, we had, up to now, we had open visa to Australia. Usually we called as 476 visa schemes. So that was given to the engineering degree holders with Washington Accord accreditation. So it was given for 18 months visa. So if you the only requirement is you have to have the IELTS and also this accredited degree. So if you apply, then you will definitely get that one. And you can go to Australia for 18 months and you can do whatever. So that means you can work or you can study, you can find such thing. But unfortunately, this April, that program got suspended. So that program is not anymore, but they are still working on to introduce a new program related to that. So in future, you will get such kind of opportunity as well. Or else, if you work, maybe get some experience within Sri Lanka, and then you can apply for the migration, skill migration to Australia or Canada or UK, such kind of that. So that those are point-based systems. So mining engineering is also listed, if you can check in Australia. So it's listed as the record job field, skilled requirement. So still you can apply to that. So it will be, so because Australia, Canada, those countries are really working on the mining and they need more people and there will be more programs as well. So what you think is one path is going like this with the industry, or else you have to go through the academia by completing a master's or such kind of. So there are several pathways. So that is also again up to you to choose which path you have to go and in which timeline. So there are so many options to choose. Thank you.
The next question asks, is EM hard for girls?
Not really. So in our batch, there were 9 girls out of 49. So that means quite a lot. Basically, that means based on our, that quite a lot means not a gender equality, but based on the previous batches. So we had a lot of girls, but all are got employed. So like also the Miss.Vasuki mentioned, she worked in an, she also got, went to the training to the underground mine. And also now she has some various exposure to the industry, and she worked in the African projects and also the European projects. So same way I mentioned during my presentation, so I just listed 24 universities that where our graduates are working, and half of them are females. So even in the industry or in the academia, still you can perform. So if you have the real goal, still you can get the opportunities. Thank you.
Can I add more for that question?
Yes, madam.
Okay, being a woman, so I myself and Dr. Anjula we were in the same batch. So it's not hard, right? So that is the stigma we are having, Putala, right? So nothing is hard being a girl, right? So you don't need to think about that stigma, right? So there is for anything, there is a one chance, right? There should be a one person who should start the thing, right? So when we were in the university, there were 38 in our batch, and out of 38, we had 7 girls. So 2 of them are again now working as a lecturers in the same department, and all the others are in Australia working as engineers or managerial positions. And so you don't need to worry. The gender would not make any key factor in your career. So if you dream, you can do whatever the things you want. So therefore, being a girl or being a female is not a matter for you to become a mining engineer. And nowadays, most of the foreign companies are looking at gender equality program where girls or the women mining engineers would get a better chance. Okay, thank you.
And I will add something more because we were from 00 batch, and there were 5 female students in that batch. So previous to us, there was one Tamil girl. Sorry, I forgot her name. So 5 of us graduated in 2004, and all of us got jobs in 2005. After about 4 to 5 months later. So me actually directly joined to the department as an instructor. Then I got the opportunity to join Geological Survey and Mines Bureau. That is the regulatory body, regulatory authority of Sri Lanka. So here the thing is, I was the first lady mining engineer who was recruited to the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau. So there were male engineers, right? So I was the first female. So all the people who are working there, the engineers, geologists, and my own boss, they will look at me whether I can take this challenge, right? Whether she can perform as a mining engineer. So that is your talent, or that is your confidence, right? They are looking at your confidence, right? So it says that, so you know ships, right? Ships sail on ocean, right? So it's sail on a water body, right? So if we think that the entire seawater can't sink a ship unless it gets inside the ship. Similarly, so you have to think about what you are getting in and what are the qualities which you need to build to have a challenge. You need to challenge the challenge, right? So some people might say that it is difficult for you as a female, but look at Vasuki. She is working in an underground mine as a mining engineer, right? So I said that there are
I think Dr. Kiran is facing some technical error. So till she sorting out that, so Vasuki, what can you tell us about your experience?
Well, yeah, I think engineer Dr. Tirini is she was actually saying a very good advice for you all about the ship. It's a good example. I think that's about what you are taking in. So in my case and in our case, when we were going to Vogala Mines for our training, we were just third year students. And even though the mining legislature, the Mining and Minerals Act was changed back in 2009, in 2009, the amendment came giving the permission to female labor underground. So this is only for underground. It's not limited to any other area. It was limited only for underground. And in 2009, the amendment came giving permission to supervisory level jobs and for the trainees. But back then, when we were going to our training, there were no other girls, the female mining engineers that were allowed to get an underground training. So back then it was a matter about if we could survive underground. So the four girls, including myself, me, and then engineer Chamini Varavita, engineer Harshika Ratnayaka, and engineer Dulmini Hisella. So it was the four of us. And from the beginning, we were never afraid of it. And then we made an official request to the HR asking us to give the permission to go underground and grab the training. And then just for our request, the Bogala mine, the management gave us the permission to get it. So it's about if you are willing to do it, Nangila. So like if you are afraid, of course you cannot do it, but if you are not afraid and if you are willing to do it, they are not going to cut you down. They are not going to limit you. And then back in 2022, my job offer came. And then I'm female, but there are a lot of male, like my colleagues are, most of my colleagues are male, and there are a lot of senior engineers who are male. And then even in our training program, there were. So it's actually about what you are going to accept for yourself and what you are willing to do. So if you are not afraid and if you believe in yourself that you can do it, you can do it. So well, there's a good Facebook group if you'd like to join. So it is a Women in Mining Facebook group is there, and please join. And soon in 1 week, International Women in Mining, the day of International Women in Mining is coming in this week, and you can join the International Women in Mining.
Okay, Miss.Vasuki got disconnected. So what she told you is about the women in mining engineers. She features for one edition of women in mining engineers. So if you really like it, yes, no one is there to stop you, right? So I think we have engineer Mushmika who is having some foreign exposure for the time being. He would add something for us as well. Mushmika?
Madam, can you see me?
Yes, we all can see you.
Okay. Okay. I joined for most of the part of the Q&A session. Can you see my screen?
Are you sharing something? We can see
Yes.
you, not your screen.
Can you see me now? Madam?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So thank you for giving me this time, madam. I'm also a graduate from the department, and it's been almost 1 year I have left the department. So currently I'm studying in Erasmus Mundus Joint Masters in Sustainable Mineral and Metal Processing Engineering. So I saw a few questions in the chat how to get as a mineral processing engineer. So engineer Vasuki added you are basically learning all the modules that are needed to become a mineral processing engineer in the main course curriculum. And engineer Maheshwari madam added that you also can get these valuable elective subjects for you to be thorough with this mineral processing. So myself, I got this opportunity because I was following the same route. So I did my research project in mineral processing in the department, and also I had a good mineral processing internship training at the Bogle mines. Then I graduated, got grades, and with few publications, I could secure this a wonderful opportunity to learn in 4 European universities, specializing in sustainable mineral and metal processing engineering. So I'm not the only one who is currently there. So you can see me in the picture. This is I was in Kittilä mines in deep Arctic Circle, and so women presence is also there. So in my behalf, I believe women mining engineers have more opportunities these days because my program, there are 17 of us from all around the world, and half of them, and more than half, they are women mining engineers. And I'm happy to say with me, 2 other Sri Lankan our earth resource engineering products, women got the chance to get this valuable opportunity. And also you can see this is this photo I took in Oulu Mining School in Finland. So you can see these all are earth resource engineering graduates who are currently studying in mineral processing and mining in Finland. So there are a lot of opportunities if you are willing to become mineral processing engineers. And so the Arctic mining is also coming up. So it is a really good opportunity if you are following this course and get a good experience, and also earn good bucks in future. So currently I'm in Montan University in Austria, and my next destination is to Croatia, so where I will be learning more on sustainable side of the mineral processing industry. Thank you, madam, for the opportunity. I think that I have, that's. If you have any questions, you can ask. I'll be also present in the Q&A session.
Thank you, Engineer Mushmika, for for that wonderful explanation. And I would ask Engineer Miss.Vasuki to add something to the questions regarding EM for girls?
So I'm sorry once again, guys. I met with some network failure, so I'll keep my camera off for the moment to make sure that you guys can listen to whatever that I'm saying. So I have posted a link here in the chat box for the girls who are interested seeing women in mining. You can join the free session hosted by International Women in Mining. The International Day of Women in Mining is coming in this June 18th. And so I'm also going to present in this session. And so you guys, if you guys are interested, you can join the session. It is free of charge, and you can see the different context and different women who are thriving in the mining industry in different parts of the world. And also from this session, you will be having some awareness programs to how to get into those opportunities that are particularly related to women. And now in the mining industry, there's a percentage of jobs that are given to women. So you will get some understanding about those opportunities. Plus, National Women in Mining are giving some good scholarships for the students. So our department is also receiving some good amount of scholarships from International Women in Mining Sri Lankan context. So I think Madam Maheshwari knows about these scholarships better than me. So you can get some knowledge about that as well from joining this program. So that's about it from my side. And all I have to say is that girls, don't be afraid. You can do better jobs. And if you are brainy enough and if you are capable enough, you can thrive in this field as well.
Thank you so much. I hope we have addressed most of your questions and doubts. So it's time to end the Q&A session since we are running out of time. But don't worry, we will be answering your questions through the Google form that we shared in our WhatsApp group. Also, we will be sharing a feedback form in our WhatsApp group. We would really appreciate if you could share your valuable feedback with us. And before we
Anya, really sorry for interrupting. So we have another guest in our room joining from Australia. Engineer Tharindu, can you comment on anything about your experience?
Yes, madam. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Actually, the department, what I need to say is that means, in my idea, one of the best departments that we can get the degree. That means in our undergraduate life, we can cover environmental engineering, mining engineering, water resources, then remote sensing and GIS, all the things. It's very important when we are, if we are targeting higher studies, it's because most of the supervisors as well as most of the universities like to have such kind of students, those who have that much of knowledge, that means that much of background from different fields. Here in my that's our research group, there are 4 students from our department from resource engineering. They are really doing well, and our supervisors are also very like to have students from our department because we are very that means we have a good background from various fields. Therefore, I think ERE, that means Research Engineering Department, is a very good place to have your first degree. Yeah, that's all I need to say. If any questions are there, I can answer. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Engineer Thanujan, for that explanation. So we will conclude the session for today. I would like to extend our gratitude to our resource persons, Engineer Mr. Thanujan Tharumaraja and Engineer Miss.Vasuki Jayavira, for joining us today beside their busy schedules. Also, thank you so much, Engineer Pramod, Engineer Mushmika, and Engineer Thanujan for joining us today to share your thoughts with us being overseas. And special thanks to the head of the department, Dr. S.P. Chaminda, and all the lecturers in the Department of Earth Resources Engineering for their guidance and support in organizing this session. It wouldn't have been this successful without your contribution and dedication. Last but not least, I would like to thank all of you for attending this session. We hope that the expertise of our speakers has provided you with the guidance needed to make a decision about your future studies and career pathways. So remember to follow your passion to shape a brighter future. With that, we'll wind up the session. Thank you all and have a nice evening.